which is the Awkward Quilter. This is going to be a very short live. I just wanted to show you some things. I finished up right here. This is Lollipop. So I altered Lollipop. Does not look like the Lollipop pattern. Maybe this one right here gives you the illusion of the Lollipop pattern, but basically these dark ones don't. So we have basically a different quilt. So let me go ahead and put it up and you can see. Actually, I'm going to put it up here and then you can see. I was getting all involved in Lisa's channel live, and again, I know Donnell's coming up, so I'm trying to go between the two. Hi Muriel, hi, hold on, let me see, all messages. Hi Muriel, hi Catherine. So this is Lollipop, not quite looking like Lollipop. Like I said, these here, because they're lighter, and even this is too light, this is too dark, this one here blends in the best. But hey, I got a quilt out of that advent box. It wasn't the spools quilt, it was this quilt. I'm okay with it. Good morning, Linda, because some little teenager is going to love the bright colorness and whatnot. I had extra of this fabric. I did have to use this, I had to use a piece with the fabric, 2 pieces with the fabric from my stash, which was this one here and this one here, because I did not have enough of this to do what I needed. But I did have enough to incorporate another border. So in this pattern, it ends at this border right here. Well, I had extra of this fabric and extra of this fabric, so I added it on, and we basically used everything that I had shown you that I had done. So it extended it longer. It's going to be great. It's going to be colorful. It'll be fine. So that's that. So we have, I can't show you. So that's my second project. My first project is in Puerto Rico, and that was the table runner. This is all coming from Carmen's Quilt Shop Advent Box. So we had the table runner that's in Puerto Rico, this quilt here, this one here, and then I have the one that I'm working on, which I'm calling it Double Dapper. So I'm also using the patterns that she sent. So this was the pattern I got, Dapper, and it is a table runner. I'm going to double it up, hence the Double Dapper. And so yesterday what I did was I had, whoops, look at that. I had some extra, and then I didn't have extra. So the stuff that was extra is I had an extra, let me see if I can grab it. I had an extra fat quarter of this, if you recall, and an extra fat quarter of that. So I moved those over. Hi, Melanie. And then I had some scraps left from this, and it wasn't much. Let me show you what I had left. I had these 2 tiny little pieces left. See these? So I'm just going to add this to the Double Dapper. We're just going to add it to the Double Dapper. So what I did was I paired 2 and actually did this. So I sewed these while I was at Lisa's live this morning, the Awkward Quilter GA. And I have, yes, the purples in here, the blues in here. I could have added the purple and blue. I didn't think about that in there, but, ooh, whoops. Now I got tea. Hold on. My tea is right there, and I got tea on the, oh well, it's at the end. It's okay. I got a little tea on there, a little tea stain. We'll just cut that off. That's what I get for putting that there. Hi, Barbara. We have this one, and I wasn't supposed to come on today. I actually have some family things to do, but I told Honey I needed to come on. I wanted to finish up the Carmen Quilt Shop Advent Box projects. I have some Fabric Cafe box that was sent to me. that I'll be working on some sample quilts. Exciting. Haven't opened up the box yet, so I'll be working on that all week. And here we are, and then I have a big long one of this. So this is what we have. So in this, they have you piece everything individually, and I don't have time for that. I'm not doing that. Just not doing it. So I paired the sizes together, made strip sets, and we're going to cut them down. Then it calls for a contrasting black color, and if you recall, I have this fabric. So I cut my contrasting color right out of there, which is closest. This is going to work. I'm just going to add that to that. And I have, she cut this. It's really a 108 that she wrote panel on there. We're going to use this for border. So the double dapper, right? I'm doubling this. Would make still so if I double it, the length of still would be 48 and the width would be 6, 12, 32. So we're gonna need lots of borders to get this to where it needs to be to donate. So I'm gonna just use this as a border. Because I didn't feel like chopping it up. And I'm gonna use this as a border. Now this. I worked with more of that Simply Starch. Remember this? We took this fabric, put it in the washer with this, and put it on the rinse cycle. Today, because I wanted to start the double dapper, and I have so many clothes to wash. Hi! We are going to, I did the second method. So the first method says directly in your washer. The next method says spray starch. So it says use a professional refill to make professional grade ironing spray. And then it says add 1 teaspoon of Simply Starch to 16 ounces of water and to make medium strength spray starch. Shake the bottle vigorously until completely mixed and leave space for mixing. Then it says 3, spray evenly on garments until damp. And to avoid flaking and for best results, iron on low to medium heat. Allow spray to fully soak fabric before ironing. So I went ahead and did that and started ironing on low, and it was flaking. So I took it off immediately. It didn't burn it or anything. There was just white. My iron didn't get ruined. It was fine. I wiped it with just a rag and it came right off. So that was great. That was fabulous. But what I did was I went ahead and, like I said, I sprayed it. I mixed this. This was an 8 ounce. I actually measured the water. Only 8 ounces of water fit in this, so I put a half a teaspoon to this 8 ounce of water. I mixed it, sprayed it, almost like what Kimberly Jolly does, but I stuck it in my dryer on low for just about 10 or 15 minutes. Hi, Vera, and it worked out great. Actually, I like that method. Actually, I'm not a starcher, and all of a sudden I'm liking starching because this sewed so fast, so easily. Nothing was, yeah, I'm liking this. So, just saying, I didn't think I was going to. I'm liking the little bit more body to the fabric than I thought I would. So this is it. So I sprayed this until it was damp and stuck it in my dryer on low. Then came up here and ironed it just like I did yesterday. And look, nice body. So I'm liking this so far. I did not use it on this. This is batik, and I did not use it on the batik because I don't know how starch behaves with batik. That's a whole nother experiment for a whole nother day. And batik feels starched to me already. So we are just going with that. That's unstarched. Everything else has been starched, but today's project has been starched with this, but not in the washing machine, in the pre-mixed bottle and my dryer and iron. And here you go, because I wasn't going to wait for it to line dry. Just maybe in Puerto Rico, but not here. So we're going to get to cutting these sets for double dapper just to give us a little feel. Again, if you have this dapper and you're following along with me, I am not sewing everything individually. I am strip piecing everything, and then at the end so like the first step is to take a piece and you do flip and stitch. We're not doing that. I am just doing everything again, strip piece, cut into the sections, and then I'm gonna flip and stitch. Okay, so flip and stitch is the last, I guess the last direction of doing this for me. I'm gonna find that this is gonna be faster for me. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on that. Again, I've tried this with this and I loved it. I just would not iron once you moisten it. I would not, or make it damp. I would not iron it with your iron, even on low. I had it on low. It didn't flake too bad, but I didn't like it. So again, but it cleaned off my iron really easy. That was great. And putting it in the dryer on low was great. I would line, after damping it, I would line dry it and then do it. Which is, for quilters, it's the norm, right? It's the norm for quilters. This is something that has not been advertised for quilting yet. So there you go. I don't even know if it's been advertised. I know I've seen it on Facebook, and I know you could order on Amazon. I'm going to try to get a special link for us. I've got to talk to the maker of this. We've been in contact. So yeah, more to come. Just don't know much. I'm just playing. I just like to play with new products. What can I say? All right, so I'm going to move you all. How has everyone's morning been? Now that I went through my little spiel, how has everybody's weekend been? Yesterday was rough for me. Yesterday I was tired and I wasn't feeling well, but I did finish this. It was shortly after I was finishing this. I'm pretty sure it was the weather, because we got like a storm. So the migraine that started, I'm pretty sure had everything to do with the storm. And today I woke up just fine. I slept in, really slept in, like right to like almost 7 o'clock in. It's crazy. So I'm going to take my stripology. So here we go. Bring you down. Take my stripology. And so I cut all my fat quarters using that. And now I'm going to line all this up. You know what? I'm not going to put this long one. So I'm going to take my pieces and I find a line on my mat and just kind of put it there. And I'm going to cut as many as I possibly can. And again, I find another line here and I put that on there. And I find another line and I just kind of put the bottom to that. I'm trying to get as many strip sets cut at one time. I don't know if they recommend this, but that's how I do it. That's how I roll. We have that. Maybe, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so why don't I try to put a couple more on here. Just line that up. And then I look at my ruler too, because I have to see and make sure that I have enough space. I do. So I could put one more, and I'm actually going to layer this on top of this one, and I'm going to use this top line. There we go. So now I layer this here, and I put the bottom line here. Then this sewn line, I go across and double check that it goes across. It does. That next line goes across. That next line goes across. This is how I check that everything is still square. I happen to get it all still square. So there you go. Now, not Facebook, but whatchamacallit? I've just got to move this over a little. YouTube has been acting a little crazy on me, so I'm not sure. If you all see me or don't see me. But I come in here and I am cutting the wrong size. I come in here and I cut the wrong size. So by doing that, you make a big mistake. But that's okay. We'll incorporate these mistakes. That's because I'm thinking I'm cutting the other one. So we'll just come back in here, cut the right thing. No big deal. We don't need to get stressed. Maybe I'll cry a little later on. Okay. So honestly, this is where I'm supposed to be. It's all good. We all know that I go on these lives just to make mistakes so you can all see me make these mistakes. It's my favorite thing to do. So maybe double dapper will be single dapper. We'll see. It'll be Dapper 2.0 because I'm not letting these go to waste. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sew these suckers right up, and it's going to make the size I need. And yes, they're going to be that. So now we've got now we have double Dapper 2.0. So this is what we're supposed to have. This is the unit we're supposed to have for double dapper or just dapper. Okay, so you know what? Stuff happens, and we're going to have double dapper 2.0 now. No biggie. I don't stress about that stuff. There's so many other things I could stress over. But that is the, that's what happens. Because look, if I had done it the first time with just one, I would have caught my mistake. It's all good. We're just going to go for it. I had some time before I start the rat race this morning. So let's see. We all make mistakes. I'm the queen of all. Yeah. For one can identify with the foot stomping moment. Yeah. It's good. As long as I don't make the mistakes on the Fabric Cafe and sample quilts, I'm all good. That's when I'm really neurotic up here. I could never do a live doing that, except for that I have been, if you've noticed, especially during Christmas, I have been taping while I've been making the samples. And that's been actually going quite nice. So I think I'm going to keep that up. All right, so I just have to put my brain and move stickers around. Here we go. I have to come down here. Let's go here. There we go. We'll use this line and then we'll move it over. And then again, I just kind of look at all my lines and make sure everything lines up. So there's my first sticker. I'm going to put my next sticker on here. Just what I should do. And then the next one. There we go. Right? Yeah. And you know what? I probably should put, because this one's going to go out more. I'm going to also put another one. There we go. Now I have the right size. So I'm going to come through and chop a lop the right size. And here we go. So there's my piles. And these ones are not quite right. But because I made a mistake with the others, I can come in here. These are all good. These are all the right sizes here. So make a pile of the right sizes. There we go. And these are just short of the right size, but you know what? Because I made that mistake and now we're doing double Dapper 2.0, I'm not, probably should, or dapperized it. No, I think double dapper 2.0 because we messed up, and now, okay, so that's still a good size, good size, good size, good size. So we'll put that with the good sizes. This one here we'll cut down, and then these are all good sizes. So we'll put that in a pile. We'll put that in the pile of mistakes that we are going to use. We're going to use them. And this here will just make it, because it's at the 1/4 inch. You know it's got a little bit. It's okay. And let's see here. Because actually by doing this, now I have no leftovers. Because look, these are my leftovers. So actually, I can get more this way. And then this here, I could use that. So we'll just put that aside for later. And see here, I could use this. This could be matched with that. This could be matched with that. So I'm taking all my this little piece, that could be matched with that. These we'll have to put somewhere else. So I still have these little pieces, and I have this right here. So we're going to cut this one up, and then we should have all our dapper pieces, and we could actually, see how fast by strip piecing, we can actually go and, I just folded this in half. We could just quickly probably start doing this. So here we are. And put that away, and then we have all these. We'll dump that, and I think I have one more I could get out of here. And we'll just grab any ruler I have to get the measurement we need. And there we are. We have Double Dapper 2.0 now cut, for the most part, because I don't know how much this is going to yield. This is going to give us, when I put these two together, this is going to give us this size. So now we're going to have some bars like this in the quilt, and some like this. It'll be okay. And we'll just grab, oh, you know what? Here, I'll take these and cut these up as well. Since I'm here cutting, we'll get all our scraps cut up, and while I'm sewing, I could go ahead and pair these off to add to my pile there, so that nothing goes to waste. See, and I think we should have, I don't know, it'll be tight to see if I have enough for Double Dapper. I think I will. We will see. And then I have this here, and let's see, so I have 3 of those colors, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 more blue, right, to add to those 3. And this I'm just going to have to put aside because I don't have anything. Well, let's see. I do. See, so I have this. This was like the end piece after I was cutting. And I can come in here and probably get, now that I've got this, I probably could get, let's see, can I get the exact measurement? Yep. I've got the exact measurement and one of these. So see, I even forged some from there. So from here now, I want to use every last inch I can of this fabric. So I'll sew that and sew this. Now I still have some of this. Let's see, do I have any of this? That does not look like it's a 2.5 inch piece. This does not look like, well, let's see. Maybe. This may be, actually. So let's see. Ooh, it is. Okay. So we're going to take this piece and cut this for another. And we'll cut this. And I still have probably another piece. So let's see if I could find something. This we said no to. Ooh, here we go. We have this. This is perfect. So I'm just gonna have to cut the end of this. Now this isn't 2.5 all the way. It's again the same thing. It goes, as you go further down, it becomes skinnier. So we'll take that and this, and I think we are done. I think we have used everything. So what I have left of this is these pieces, these, and this was all from both the lollipop and this double dapper. So I don't have much left, but this is what I got left. All right, we got all our pieces. I'm gonna put all these together. We are gonna go to the sewing machine because we have a little bit more sewing than I thought due to my mistake, no biggie. And then I get to read comments. So let's see, what's everybody up to? Let's see, put that there, put on my glasses. Sorry for the whirlwind of cutting and putting together. My mission is to get this all done. Here we go. Here we are. I'm going all the way back to the beginning. Okay, Linda, doing good for just a foot stomping. Things might fly through the room. Yeah, Melanie, right? My seam ripper was working on overtime yesterday. Hers too. Hi, Eva. Hi, lurking while prepping lunch. No problem. I had a great time on your live this morning. Michelle, good morning. And so here we go. So I am going to, so for those here, we talked about, this is the last project of my Carmen's Quilt Shop Advent box. This is my last. Look at this. I found an extra 2.5-inch piece. Well, you never know when that could come in handy. So I will put that aside. So I got this pattern and we're going to double dapper it. That's where the double came from. But now it's double dapper 2.0 because I made a mistake. So instead of making sets like this, some of my sets went like this. It's okay. We're gonna sew those together and they're gonna be at least the same block size, and we're just gonna go for it. I love my stripology. I'm making a couch quilt for our church auction plus 2 baby quilts. Oh, how fabulous. Yeah, I tried to give some to the church when they came to drop off some, I'm blanking here, but they just dropped off some gift certificates for this family that I'm working with privately, you know, aside. I keep telling them, when you're ready, you let me know, because they have used my quilts for, but they said that they're not doing it right this moment. All right, so I'm going to put together all these little ones that I cut out from the scraps after cutting, because we're going to incorporate these to this quilt. So I'm liking this Dapper 2.0 because we can incorporate a lot of our Advent box scraps actually to this, because the Harry Potter is black, right, with a lot of different colors. I also have that striped fabric, and I have it, you saw it, it was all ready starched and ready to go. So I'm going to use that as a border as well. And then the backing of this quilt will be that Harry Potter backing that we got. And the backpack, which is another project, right? I am not going to make that because I already made that on my show because she had sent me that before. And what I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to mail it to Susan, who actually contacted me. So Susan will be getting her backpack. And so I will not be doing that project. You'll have to go back to one of my lives if you want to know how I did that last project. But then that means I've done all the projects in that, which is great. And hi, Deb. What happened to family time on the weekend? LOL. Prairie Lady. Hi. Well, hi, Joe. How are you? We're going to have family time, but I told him because a Fabric Cafe box showed up yesterday, in which I knew it was. I said, I need to finish some of my commitments, and I want to finish my commitment to Carmen, and then I could just kind of like, okay, check that. And I love doing it. I mean, I love it because it's really bringing the creative side. I'm so excited to play with my new stuff. And then I can focus on the Fabric Cafe. I told him it would be an hour, so, or less than an hour. Because Donnell goes live, I think, at 10. I don't want to impede on there. And I thought, Lisa, I'm so sorry. I, for some reason, thought you go on for just an hour, so don't know why I thought that, because I'm pretty sure we're always on there for more than an hour. That's why I put 8:30. So now I'll have a mental note that Deb and Lisa are on for 2 hours on Sunday morning. All right, I think, yeah, so all I'm doing right now is pairing my mistakes together to make the same size block that I need. At this point, I guess that Dapper is more of, again, inspiration, because because here we go. We're doing something a little different. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll incorporate this in a different way too. I mean, I can always make a border of these 4 patches instead. Just add, right? I didn't think about that. Oh well. I don't know. You know me. We're going to fly by the seat of our PJs this morning. We're going to do whatever it is. So when there is a cutting mistake, just create your own thing. I mean, you could still say those 4-letter words that come to your head, but basically, you know, I just roll with the punches. This is what it is. That was a gut punch this morning when I did that. How do I find Lisa's show? Well, I just, so if you go to my posts, I posted out her show this morning. I said, this is where I will be. So the Awkward Quilter, Deb also could put her link if she has time. So she can put it on there. You could probably share links. Hi, Shannon. Is that your name, Prairie Lady? So, yeah. So that's where I was this morning. I always like that when I get up. It was nice to have a little bit of unplugged time while I was gone. I'm not going to lie. I kind of liked having the unplug of social media, even TV, everything. Oops. I did actually enjoy that part on vacation. But I also miss, like, you know, all the stuff that was going on while I was unplugged somewhat. Yes, it is. Oh, good. Let me see. So, okay, so we have now these blocks. No biggie. Now we have lots of blocks to play with. So how to incorporate this in 2.0. Well, first, let me turn on my iron there. And so these I have, look at that, perfect. I had 4. Did I have 4 of these? Yeah, look at that. How perfect is that? Now, if I tried to do that, that would have never happened on its own. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to take these 2 that I put together out of those last minute scraps and make this a block. And if I planned that, that wouldn't have happened. Just saying, that probably wouldn't have happened. Okay, so we have, but anyway, going back. So I shared that that's where I was in the morning. So I'm sure you can go to my posts and hit it, and then you can subscribe. And then you will have her in your subscriptions. There you go. Lisa's got it up. Thank you, Lisa. I mean, thank you, Deb. I don't know if I'm too awake for this Sunday. But I wanted to at least introduce you to Double Dapper, and then now we've got it a little different. And then this way, you could see my process. So today we're going to visit his mama, because we haven't seen her since we got home, and do Christmas stuff. I'm going to put these bars over. Oh, look at what I did. You know what? It's going in the Double Dapper. No, it's not. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Okay, here we go. I'll restitch that. Can't do it. I will fix while I'm here. That I will fix. I really don't recommend doing what I just did. Especially, like, you could do that on things that haven't been stitched, like a little thing, because it could tear your little stitches on the side one. But hey, I'm living on the danger side today. So anyway, getting back to it. So after I get off of this, we are making a quiche and bringing it over to his mama's. We'll see his mom. There we go. And we'll do a little bit of that. I did have breakfast with him. I had breakfast while I was on Lisa's with him. So we got a little bit. He understood. He sees how much I'm trying to catch up, because in Puerto Rico, it was family time 24/7 for the most part. And my sewing machine really was not operating. I really did spend a lot of time with everyone. So present time, because you could be there and be totally not present if you're watching a live on lurk mode. LOL, we all do it. So he understood. He got a lot of me time during that. And here we are. Okay, so we have all these. Oh, I did it again. Look at that. I did it with this one too. So we will just turn that around and not do that again. I almost did that again. We'll turn that around so I don't re-sew that. Here we are. Now I have to decide, since this is Double Dapper 2.0, half of these get a black stitch and flip on the corner. And I seem to think that these 4 patches may be busy with that stitch and flip. So, and look at this, by starching this, it just really stays. Look at that. I don't know, I'm loving this. I didn't ever think I was a Kimberly Jolly starcher, but maybe I am, and I just didn't know it. Because it really just, everything stays flat. This is like 30 years of like, wow. Here we go. Oh, definitely stepping away is good, but not sewing kills me. It does. It killed me not sewing. I said that a couple of times. Good morning and blessings. Wood. Tika Woods. Michelle, oh, something was held for review. All So we're not only gonna hide that guy. Yeah, we're gonna have to just get rid of him completely. Yeah, he needs to be gone. But you know, we get the morning trolls every so often. We all know about that. Remember So Single? Yeah, well, we got another one, somewhat of one. Okay, so I'm looking at Double Dapper, and I'm going to show you on the design board what Double Dapper will be doing. Double Dapper will be dappering like this. Nah, I don't think it'd be fun to answer, because you know what ends up happening? It becomes a live highlight, and I don't feel like it. All right, here we go. Thank you, Deb. Ironing before sewing is great. It is. All right, so let's put this dapper in. And so how this goes is, this is the way the pattern would be. Let's give it a go. The pattern would kind of be something like, this. And we'll put this over here like this. No, maybe like this. Okay, you just take some scrappies, okay? And then you would have your triangles, and your triangles would go like this. Hola todos from Brazil. Hola Izzy, ¿cómo estás? Actually, you speak Portuguese, right? So sorry. I'm not too good in Portuguese. Well, buena. I have a lot of friends from Brazil. All right, so we have this like this. And that right there, my friends, is the double dapper block. Yes, that's the double dapper block. And you do that over and over and over. Hi, Robin. What do you do on the live stream? I'm new. I am a quilter. So we are quilting because I'm home. When I'm not home and I'm on my adventure, my lives could be salsa dancing, looking at some parades, you name it, going to the beach, whatever comes to me. Thank you for stopping in and asking. Aisha, hi. Oh, handmade quilts. Aisha. This is Aisha's handmade quilts. Your name came up different this time. Good morning. I am new here and my name is Julia. Hi, Julia. Can I please have a shout out that my name is Julia? I think I just did that. Welcome. That is cool. Robin plays acoustic guitar. Well, welcome. Welcome. You know what? There might be a short of me giving you, I call field trips around my house of all my dad's guitars, and he has a lot. And I've never taken them all out. Maybe I should one day, because I have them. I have probably half of them on one side and show you all my daddy's guitars. But when I do some field trips, you'll see guitars because I have them hanging throughout the house on beautiful guitar holders. Because sometimes, you know, someone will take it off the wall and play it. So yes, cool. Okay, so we're going to work on that. I now have a stack of these. So maybe some of my double dappers can look like, this is double dapper or double dapper. This is going to be double dapper 2.0. See, I'm giving it all kinds of names here. So maybe, oops. Put that like that. Of course, we will do something a little here. We'll put this up here. I'm confusing myself already first thing this morning. We'll put this like, no. Well, you know what? I'm probably going to have colors touched, and there's nothing I could do about that. Here we go. Okay. And then what I could do is take these here and still put that like that. So I think I could have some blocks like this and some blocks like this, and we will just make this work. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to make that work. So here we go. That's my double dappering idea of what we're going to do. So I think I'm not going to put the triangles on here. I think it'll be too much. It'll be too much. So let's go over here, and I'm going to take this pile and work on putting some of these squares on there. And what else are we going to do? We are going to attempt for the next 15 minutes to play some games. That looks great. I like the top block. I like the top block one. Yeah, that's the one it's supposed to, that's the original. But then I made a mistake, so we just have to go with it. So last time we were together, I asked you if this was true or false. Cornelius Vanderbilt saying, "I am poor, I am needy," on his deathbed. Is that true or false? So I just know I just need to do, this goes on here, and I just need to do it in one way. And I have to move that down. So here we are. And we're going to put that through. So I'm going to put these through this way in various ways. It's going to be a surprise. I am living dangerous right now because I have not planned this out whatsoever. It's going to be a total surprise. So that goes on the first one. So we'll put this on the first one. And we'll see how this total surprise ends. It's either going to end in Double Dapper 3.0 or in some realm different. So we have false. That's a hard one. Biltmore Estate is grand. Happy Sunday. Hola, Johnny. ¿Cómo está? Es domingo. So Sunday is domingo. So the answer is true. The psalm was made into a hymn by Joseph Hart. Okay, ready? New, true, or false? The United Fruit Company supplied 2 freighters for the Bay of Pigs invasion. True or false? I am not a history buff, so I would not know. Just putting that out there. And we are working on this. Now, these little black pieces came from the Advent box, and they happen to be batik. And yes, I mix my batiks with my cotton fabric. And I do that. Which company? It's called the United Fruit Company. And we have a lot of true, we have a false, we have a maybe. And the answer is, ready? The answer is true. It says, the then CIA director Allen W. Dulles had served as president of United Fruit. His brother John Foster Dulles was then U.S. Secretary of State. And there's a Dulles Airport. Didn't know that. Okay, ready? Next. The first Frisbees were empty pie tins from the Frisbee Pie Company of Bridgeport, Connecticut. True or false? The first Frisbees were empty pie tins from the Frisbee Pie Company of Bridgeport, Connecticut. True or false? The only hard thing about working with batiks is sometimes you can't figure out which is the right side and which is the wrong side. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that could be a bad thing. So this goes that way, perfect, and it goes this way. So all I have to do is just clip, and let's see, I need to make 24 unit A's, which is this, for just the single dapper. So I would have to do 48 for double dapper. I don't even know if I have 48. I guess I should count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Ooh, will this be a Dapper 2.0 something, something, something? That's 24. And then I would need then, how many of these blocks? 24 of these blocks. So let's see. One, maybe I can only do single Dapper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so now we're going to, I have that up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have 4 here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. Okay, so we're just going to go with what I have, and we will see. We will see what happens. I mean, really. We're just, okay, so at this point, we are using the double dapper as inspiration. It's going to be our inspirational guide because clearly I don't have enough. Oh, but you know what? You know what? We're just going to add borders. It's going to be a giveaway quilt. It's all going to be good. Let's see. With batiks, I can't tell you, it doesn't matter. I love batiks, yet to sew, only using them. I'm like with Deb, I hoard them, I think. Hi Sherry, I love batiks, but you're right. I just bought a lot of batiks on Whatnot. Oh, Muriel, we're gonna have to do an intervention with you and Whatnot. I can't. Arrive in the mail. Hobby Lobby used to have batiks, now they don't. Buenos dias, Johnny. I just did my first long arm and an old batik quilt top. It came out nicely. So yes, so I could feel and hear it in your voice, or I should say in your text and in your writing, that you had a great time at that long arm class, Eva. I'm pretty sure. You had a great time. I've never done a long arm class. I think I need to do one at some point. I've just been winging it is what I've been doing. Okay, so going back to this Frisbee company, the first Frisbees were empty pie tins from the Frisbee Pie Company of Bridgeport, Connecticut. It is true. The Frisbee Company closed in 1958, the same year the Frisbee was patented. That's some good information. She needs to delete that site. I would be in so much trouble. That's like when I first found, what's the ones that I used to get notices and now I had to stop. One of Lisa's favorite places and one of Mike. Mike had to have an intervention. I hope Mike is all good. Mr. New York Beauty. What in the world's going on? Today we've had a lot of action out there. It's intervention. So yeah, I had to stop. Yes, I did want to come to Cincinnati for a girls trip long arm class. Oh wow, there's one in Cincinnati. I know I spent about $409 on the site on Thursday. I need help for Oh my God, girl. I would have a heart attack. That actually, something similar to that happened to me on Soya. Yeah, I can't. I've got taxes due this month, house insurance due this month. I got everything is due for your house in January, and it is a lot. So yeah, I can't do that. I'm just having a heart attack just thinking about that. Marshall's dried goods. I know I have to go that. I had to block Soya. It's tempting. They're so tempting. They really are. Okay, so ready? Alexander Graham Bell invented the phone. True or false? Did Alexander Graham Bell invent the phone? Oh, I've got a good telephone movie called The Cable Girls. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there. And it is a novela from Spain. I love that show, The Cable Girls. You can watch it. They have it dubbed in English. That's how I watched it. Actually, did I watch it in English? No, I think I might have watched that one in Spanish. But I do know now it's dubbed in English. The Cable Girls. It's about telephone operators. It was good. It was juicy and spicy like a novela should be. True. Nice hair and cute nose. Okay, Aggie, thank you. True, basically true, false. So, Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone is a myth. It's false. It's false. It was revenge shopping because my employer shorted my pay for 8 hours and they took 1 month to give me back pay. Oh. All right, so and Alexander Graham Bell, that's a myth. It said Bell was the first to patent the concept pioneered by Philip Reese and refined by Elisha Gray. I actually learned something new. Did not know that. Oh, there is a Jordan Fabrics boutique sale. Select at $4.95 and $5.95. Ooh, but I have a whole tub I need to use. I gotta stop hoarding. I haven't bought any fabric. You have all been beautifully blessing me with fabric, and that is what I'm working with, and I will continue doing that this year as well. It has helped a lot, and so yes, as much as I want to, I need to just keep that reining in. I watched the same show for a short while. Okay, as of 2015, so you got to be in your mind of 2015, the average American household with a credit card balance owed more than $15,000. As of 2015, the average American household with a credit card balance owed more than $15,000. I think I would get an ulcer if I had to have that. I think I would be in constant worry. That's just me. Is that true or is that false? True. PLW didn't do that. I hope that is false. False. So it is true. It is, according to them, this is true. And here it is. It says total American consumer debt reached $3.34 trillion in 2015. I can't imagine what it would be now, because times are tough right now. People are using their credit cards to pay things. You know, that's just a fact what's going on now. So I can't even imagine what it is.
see. I'm in debt free and have never used a credit card. I am multitasking, watching the live, shopping boutiques, and watching another YouTube on Spain. Oh my God, you're so funny. Alrighty, next one, Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly was the first motion picture actress to appear on a postage stamp. True or false? And one of our peeps, Annette, the fabric magician, I shared her out today on her channel. So if you don't know who she is, go to my posts, go check her out. She's having surgery tomorrow, so let's keep her in our thoughts. Also, Mr. Fix-It is recovering, so let's keep him there. We have a lot of people right now who need a little extra love our way. It's just, I just thought of them right now. And this is my last one. So this is my last one that I am flipping and stitching. And let's see what happens now. Oh no, I've got the 2 on the board. I got 2 more on the board. Let's see. View message. Deb, I'm not going to show that, but you just got to see that because that's hysterical. That is too much. I had to screenshot that for a second. And report that. Okay. Interesting, but that would be a no. Thank you. I am okay. Okay, so yeah. Deb, the one before that too. I did that when my kids were younger. I learned my lessons to not do that without the credit card. Who is the mod here? Yeah, I'm getting rid of that. There it goes. It's bye-bye now. There we go. Hubby was out of work for 13 months and didn't get unemployment. So, yeah, I mean, I've had to do that too for health reasons as well when I got injured. They don't make it easy on us, that's for sure. It's all right, Deb. I'm on here too. Who was the first actor on a postage stamp? Okay, yeah, we'll go back to that. Let me see if I could help with this because I thought we weren't going to really have much, but we're going to. I'm going to help out. There we go. So it says here, Grace Kelly was the first motion picture actress to appear on a postage stamp. Is true. It is true. The stamp issued in 1993 by the U.S. Postal Service has a face value of 29 cents. And then when you go to the post office the other day, the price of a first class stamp is 78 cents. 78 cents. Right? We're past the 75 cents. I was floored when she told me 78 cents. I don't know why. Princess of Morocco. All right, so here we go. So that's Grace Kelly. Here we go. Dr. Seuss wrote the children's classic Green Eggs and Ham after his editor bet him that he couldn't write a book using less than 50 different words. True or false? I feel bad for the people who have stopped in here to genuinely check out my channel and now they have to wait to say hi. I genuinely feel bad about that, but when we start having too much trolling happening, I have to rein it in. I cannot, my monitors cannot keep up on it. I don't expect them to. They're here to enjoy the experience. I don't want them to feel like they're here at work. True. Got kicked out of my iPad. Since we don't have the pennies anymore, I bet the prices will go up to 80 cents. Oh, you bet, True, because she said it's going back up. Show true on 15 words. A few bad apples, right? 80 cents autocorrect. I bet you it is going to go to 80 cents. Bet you it will. All right, so the answer is true. The editor's name was William Spalding, and the bet was for $50. So I guess he won. There you go. Business, next. The U.S. government uses a racial coding system in assigning Social Security numbers. True or false? And here it is. We have that. And now we have these. So these are my stitch and flips. Now in the I want to say in the recipe, but in the pattern, they have you do the stitch and flips first and then individually sew everything, but we weren't individually sewing anything. So we strip pieced and then we did the flip and sew afterwards. I know I'm not the only one who does that because Lori Holt does that quite a bit. If you watch her, she flipped. I gotta call my son, see what in the world is going on. That is a lot of cop cars in a short amount of time, or whatever kind of cars they are. I hope someone didn't do something stupid. There's a lot of stupid, crazy things going on lately. I came home and I'm like, what in the world is going on? Even in our little area. Here we are. All right, so we have false. I wondered about that. Pennies might not be worth money, but the copper is valuable. Keep those. It's a regional coding system. Yeah, exactly. So it is false. The numbers have nothing to do with the race. Okay, ready? Next is giant clams. Yes, you heard me right. Giant clams have been known to trap divers and drown them. True or false? Yep, that looks good. And let me check and check. Yes. So now I'm going to come in and take these out. So we have a true and we have a false. And the question is, giant clams have been known to trap divers and drown them. I think for fun one day, we should bring up Pictionary. I have multiple kinds of Pictionary. I will have to make sure that it's the clean version. Yes, we have one that's called Censored Pictionary, and one that's called, I just got from my kiddos, of all kids, Adult Pictionary. And they're regular words. There's nothing adult about it. I don't know why they called it that. There might be some bad actors in there, but we'll do clean Pictionary. That might be fun. I'm not much of an artist in drawing world. Quilting, cake decorating. Okay, I'll consider myself an artist. Pictionary artist, I am not. But it may be fun. Sounds sci-fi. I will be going there. Especially pennies before 1981 are full copper, and they are electroplated copper are worth less. We have a few police race through our neighborhood too. Sad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's not a normal thing. And the last time that kept happening, someone lost their mind somewhere up north of us or south of us or east or wherever of us. Okay, that way of us. And then I really started getting worried when tanks started coming across my road. Tanks! I never seen tanks. Someone had buried themselves in their house, and they had some people. I guess yeah, right? They had some people. They had hostages. They were hostages, but not hostages. I don't know. It was a weird story. In the end, it all worked out, but boy, it was crazy, the stuff that was going down our road. Here we are. So there we go. I flipped and stitched all those, and we have a few, oh my, yes. Oh, I need to press them. So giant clams. Let's get back to the happy stuff. Giant clams. Myth. This fiction can be traced to an erroneous report in a 1939 natural history magazine. Ready? Next one. Maybe Krispy Kreme's serving fresh donuts. Yeah, Mariel, they're Russian for that. Ready? The Oregon Department of Transportation once used a half-ton of dynamite to blow up a sperm whale carcass. True or false? So we have that pile. This is actually coming along pretty quick, quicker than I thought it was going to be. And everything is staying nice and flat. Everything has been starched except for this batik. I haven't played with starching and batik yet. I don't know if that's a thing. I feel like batik feels starched to me already. That's why I like working with it. Yeah, that's why I like working with it. So why didn't I think that concept of that? I think, you know what? I think I'm just a lazy person, and I don't want to sit there and soak everything and hang everything dry and whatnot. I think that's probably the crust of it, or crux of it, or something like that. I always get my stuff wrong. My husband, my honey says that all the time. You know, you get your sayings wrong all the time, right, Leanna? Yeah, I know. Okay, so I have all these extra, which tells me that I need a whole lot more because I had cut 48. So my guess is I don't know how many of this I got from all that fabric that I had. Don't know what size quilts we're making. What I could do is I have a bag of scraps that is like these colors, and I can go ahead and get that out, because you know what, it's good to use up your scraps, right? And I have them, I'm staring at them, as a matter of fact, and this way I have it out. So here I have my flip and stitches, and here I have these. So let's see what we can do and see how many things that we've got. I have a lot of trues. I wouldn't think you'd need to starch, but yeah, I didn't think so. No spray and iron. Don't soak. Okay. So here we go. Wrong thing. The Oregon Department of Transportation once used a half-ton of dynamite to blow up a sperm whale carcass is true. The blast showered onlookers with rotten blubber, and one large piece of debris crushed a car. Well, what in the world were they thinking when they did that? You know, the funny thing is I watched a lot of cartoons growing up, and I'm imagining a box, the Roadrunner box with the big lever, and someone walking into the whale, sticking that in the middle, running out, coming out, and hitting that, and we have a Wild Coyote event. That's what I'm picturing in my mind when they blew up this whale that apparently, yeah, rotten blubber went all over people. Who's sitting there watching? Ugh. And then someone's car got crushed. That to me sounds like a Wild Coyote, Road Runner movie, I don't know, cartoon event. Who's with me on that? Time for church. See you later, Linda. Be kind. Absolutely. Enjoy. So I'm looking here, and I guess while I'm going through these, I should kind of like figure stuff out, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, but I could do fun stuff like this that will give me like pieces that look like this. So then when things are a little wonky, it looks intentional. Let's go with that, because now this looks like long and this looks like this. So this is now double dapper. We went from double dapper. We went from dapper to double dapper 2.02. It's a show of the dapper. Yeah, we're just gonna go with whatever. I'm actually think I'm just gonna start putting stuff on and not worrying so much. Look at this, and what happens happens. This is going to be a true scrappy situation in which, here we go, we're gonna have funny shapes, and I think it'll be fun because I think it'll be less, I don't know, less restrictive. Here we go. That one's not too bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. You never see me just say pull stuff out of a bag. I was actually gonna put these in a bag. Okay, I'm gonna mix them up, and I'm just gonna put them however they fall. Okay, here we go. You're gonna see it here right now. Leanna is throwing all caution to the wind, and I am going to free myself from being controlling right now and just set things down as they may. I think there was a commercial. I pick things up and I put them down. Maybe that was a commercial for a gym. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick things up and just put them down. And you have probably never really seen, I struggle with this, but I'm going to do it. So watch me tagline that. So maybe that's the name of this quilt. I pick things up and put them down quilt. Here we go. What do we think? Planet Fitness commercials. Of 5 fabric choices, only one was available. LOL. Got too late to the party. Oh, really? Honey's coming up. But I want to go ahead and pick these up and put them down. Part of me wants to twist it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I said I was going to do this like this, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick things up and put them down. Because I could become very obsessive about this. And I need to, as people say, I need to chillax a little and let things just flow as they may. Just let them flow. Here we are. I'm almost done, and let's see how many blocks I got done. I'm not looking, because if I look, I know I'm going to want to move things. So I'm just going to go for what I'm doing. Put these here. Put that there. And here we are. We have our last block. Let's see, whoops, what it's like. There we go. So I have, let's see how many blocks I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And how many of these blocks do we need even just to make this table runner? I said at 16, right? So this says 12. So you need 12 to make a table runner. I have 16.
All right. So let's take some stuff out and then I'm going to go here, but I'm going to take some stuff out. So I still have this. I'm getting ready for church. I am getting ready to do a whole lot of stuff here. Okay. You know what? Let's see. What would 16 blocks? How can I place 16 blocks? So I have a whole bunch of these bright colors that actually go really nice with the Harry Potter. So if I have 16, what combination? I could do 4 by 4, but then that's a square. I don't want to make a square. I could do 3 across and 4 down, that's 12. Or I could do 3 across, and 5 down, that's 15 blocks. And then add all my borders. That would be a really skinny quilt because this is 2 blocks across. This is 2 blocks across. So, maybe I will, maybe, before I mix those up, maybe I have to mix them up more now. If we come in here, this was also a Carmen's Quilt Shop quilt that I had made, and I have sets already made. So I could take those sets, and I have some of these. So this was a quilt that I have all these leftovers, and look, didn't I have one a color here somewhere? I did. Here it is. I have one of these. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these. Here's another strip set, a 2-setter. I'm going to take all these, and these are too small. These look like they're the size. Let's see. Nope, that's 2 1/4, so that's not it. Let's see. These here are not the right size. We'll pull those aside. But look, I have these little pieces. I have these. Let's see if this is the right size. So we're going to pull out all these. These are just big pieces. And then I have those. So these big pieces I'm going to put aside. And I have some of these and these. So I'm going to take all these oh wait, and here, what's this? That does not look like that's the size. No, that's 2 1/4. And what do I have here? Yeah, that's that. Okay, so I'm going to take these big pieces and put them back. Even though they're scrap, they actually could be a good amount for another quilt, because I think I'm going to put this 4 across and 5 down. That's 20 blocks, and I have 16, so that means I need 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I need just 4 more blocks, which is 16 more pieces. And I think with this, and possibly this, I will have, oh, and I have one piece here of that. I think I will have exactly what I need for that. So there you go. So this is a work in progress. A very long table runner. Yeah, I could make a very long table runner, but I think that's what it's going to be. So hi Myra, hi Haley, hi anybody, Chloe and Marlene, you're coming in. Yes, so I was attempting to do double Dapper, made a mistake, and now it's just Dapper. I can't even call it Dapper 2.0. I guess I could. I don't know. We're just doing our thing. We're just doing our thing, and we're just letting things lie where they lie. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through all this, see if I could get, because I said I had 16, see if I can push 4 more blocks before I sew this up right here. I am going to mix this up with these 16 sections, and then we'll put in the borders of that striped fabric. We will put in the border of the Harry Potter.
And then we'll back it with Harry Potter, and then it'll be ready. Oh, here we go. It's Dapper's Delights. Thank you. Dapper's Delights. Eva, that's what we're going to call it, Dapper's Delights. So basically, I got this in the advent box. This is my inspiration, and now we're going to do Dapper Delights. And I have my stuff still here. So with that said, everyone have a wonderful Sunday. I believe Donnell is coming on. You can swing on over there. I have to go with Honey. It's now officially family time. So see you all hopefully tomorrow with a Dapper Delight update. Ooh, Dapper Delight update. I like that. So on your way out, if you wouldn't mind giving me the thumbs up, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.